Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, September the 17th. Sitting out here in Lake James fishing the Foothills Reservoir battle. I think this is the second one of those this year. It is 6:24 a.m. Lines in is at 6:30. So I'm sitting here waiting. I'm at my starting spot. I would have gone further, but without being able to see, I'm not really keen on getting up in the trees early in the morning. So it's too dark for the camera really to pick up, so you're just going to get this view of the kayak. We'll see how we do. This one's not nearly as serious as my last one, so I'm just going to fish and see if I can't put together a limit. Their rules are a little different. 10-inch minimum rather than 12. 3 fish instead of 4. So hopefully I can manage to put that together, but if not, that's okay. Lauren should have been here with me, but she ended up waking up not feeling good and decided to stay home, which I don't blame her. She was up all night. Sounded like she was having a rough time of it. I don't know if she's got a little fever or headache or what, but I hope she does good throughout the day and feels a lot better when we get home. I'll check in with you guys on the GoPro, hopefully when the sun comes up. So far I got one when it was dark on a whopper plopper. I missed 4 casting that whopper plopper around. Now I'm on a buzz bait. I've missed numerous on it too. Usually that means they're too small. A couple of blow-ups on that whopper plopper are pretty big. I feel like I should have a 3-fish limit by now anyway. But it is what it is. I've been moving upriver. I just had a small bite again on this thing right at the boat, but I saw him, he was tiny. I'm just not able to put it all together just yet. You would think with all these laydowns, this little bit of current, water 65 degrees, that I should have a few decent bites out of here. Pitched a jig, I got a little swim bait on, I've had creature bait, I'm hitting every laydown and boulder I can find. Just ain't putting it together. This time of year for me, I have a hard time this time of year. I'm a transitionary period. I don't know what it is, but I just do. I have trouble finding them. Just like last week, I had trouble finding them. Today, I'm having trouble finding them at piers. This all looks good. It got a little stain on the water, so it's not that crystal clear reservoir type. I didn't want to go out and fight boat traffic today. I was way more content coming up in this river. Just being me. These bugs are driving me crazy. I've tried fast, I've tried slow. I don't know, you would think. You would think there would be some on this stuff. You would think. Leave for something. He's gonna measure. He is going to measure. All right, chill out. Hope I got that. I forgot. 12.5 inches, number 2 on the board. Ain't a big one, but I'm doing better than I was. Seeing a little more fish activity up here. I just caught that one 12.5er. I'm seeing a lot more stuff busting. Water got a little shallower, which I kind of like for the buzz bait anyway. Caught that other one off that grass with a jig. I decided to come over here and try this next to some of these shallow water lay downs. And I'll probably pop back to the other side and jig up to that bridge. Need one more for a limit. Realistically, I need 2 more good fish to have a chance at winning. I almost went to Linville whenever I came out this morning, and I decided to stick with my original plan, because obviously last weekend, not sticking with my plan hurt me. At least I've got 2 so far. I didn't skunk. I figured today, blue skies, high pressure, I figured it'd be tough. And I have a feeling it's gonna be tough for about everybody, depending on where you are, who you are. We'll see how it goes. It's just a little guy. Hell, he wasn't even hooked. He was just stuck. 7 inches. No small bass in this tournament. Man, let's make him look big. Giant. Biggin. That's why I like this Slayer. Couldn't do that on my other boat. I ended up in the drink doing that on my other boat. I was going to cut that off. I hadn't got in there and done that. Biggest fish of the day so far, and it's my limit, so super happy about that. The decision to turn around was spot on. Boy, he wasn't coming off. That's a good thing, because he falling like hell. Old faithful green pumpkin Cinco weightless. I mean, yeah. All right. Whew. Tire yourself out there, son. I know life's rough. If you don't tire yourself out, it's gonna take a minute. Oh, you biting me for? All right. Now that I thought was a largemouth, but he's got a smallmouth mouth but a largemouth stripe. Well, he must be a hybrid, because his mouth's tiny. Don't extend past the eye, it stops right there. Must be some sort of mean mouth hybrid. Thank you, buddy. You won't load because you don't have service, which is stupid. It should load my app. I should be able to put them in my live well, and I can't. You know, Tourney X is great, except one thing, and it's always, every time I'm in a tournament, I'll be middle of the day trying to upload some fish. I don't have great service, so instead of uploading it, I would put it in my live well, except that right there. The app won't even open when you don't have service. I should be able to put stuff in that live well with no service, and then when I get there, be able to submit it. That is ridiculous. It's a constant problem. Now, that's the only complaint I have with this app, is that one thing, when you have no service, the app will not open. It should open, period. Just a flipping in, a pitching a male with a green pumpkin green cutter crawl. I love that male, man. That thing's something else right there. There's another one of them. That's a nice one. Ooh, like he got a small mouth too. Like he might be a hybrid. If he kicks, this is gonna nail my nuts. My 3 fish have got me in the top 10. This ought to put me up there just a little bit. Because that is cold. Quick snap, always get the quick snap first. Something's better than nothing. Lay down. I think I can get him to 3/4. He'll cooperate. I can. He will cooperate. I think I can. 15.5 is it. Look at that guy right there. Whee. almost didn't toss in there. I almost bypassed it. I had tossed in there twice. Nothing. So I said, all right, well, I'll just move on. And I did it one more time. And there he was. A whole bunch of brush washed up on this divide between the river. There's a bite. A whole lot of stuff on it, trash, vegetation, whatever. Heck of a shaky spot right now. Oh, that was the biggest limb brim I think I've ever caught in my life. Look at that. Shoot, something's dead back there. I'm gonna run out of battery before I have the opportunity to finish the day, because I've recorded more, because I've caught fish. So I guess that means I need to hook up my power. I got the battery bypass door, I just haven't done the wiring yet. I still gotta do my wife's depth finder. I'm checking in. I got oh shoot, what was it? It was 50. I got 28 and a half plus 15 and a half, so that's 54 inches. I think the leader is at 57, 58. I've got a real shot. I got a couple 14s I can upgrade and get there, hopefully. If not, I still had a good day. So if I don't check back in, it's because I ain't got no battery to check in with. I'll have to switch to my cell phone. Figures I'd catch a tank when the camera's dead. 18 3/4, there's one chasing him. I'm gonna see if I can get that one to come get it too. If I can get both these guys on the board, I bet I won. I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 2:30, so I'm fishing till 2:30. And I just caught another one over here in these, it's a 2 foot deep V-twin. Man, hopefully we got this to 2:30 or I'm wasting time, but I'm having a blast. All right, on our way home from the Foothills Reservoir battle, Lake James versus Kerr Scott. This is the second one of these this year, second one I fished, and the last time did not go too well. I skunked it pretty hard. It was a bad day. Today, however, started out a little rough, and I ended up catching a limit late. It wasn't very big. It had me in about 7th place, I think it was. And of course, in one of my other clips, you'll see where I said that the battery was gonna die and I wouldn't be able to finish up the day, but I was pretty much in the last 45 minutes of the tournament, didn't think too much of it. In that 45 minutes, I spoke to a guy in a canoe. And he asked me how I was doing, and I told him I was in the tournament, what I was doing. And I told him, I said, I'm all right, but I've got to catch a 20-incher to call out enough to win this thing. I said, I don't know if I'm gonna get any 20s out of this. I said, or 2 3-pounders would do it. And went on around the end. And I had saved this spot for last, knowing that this particular part of Lake James, the wind blows across it. Real skinny water. Lot of laydowns, a lot of submerged timber. I've caught fish off it before, and sometimes some pretty decent ones. And I'd saved it for the afternoon. And of course, my camera's dead. I go down, and the very first laydown, very first one that I cast at, the second cast, and I hook into a fish that is running straight at me, and I think I'm gonna lose it. And then when I started reeling, I'm like, it's not even that big. And then I realized I was reeling against my drag, which wasn't set very tight. That fish was 18 3/4, you know, I don't have a scale, but it was between 3 and 4 pounds. That fish alone was a cull enough to do pretty good. Wow, I've got a pretty good shot at this. But the biggest part of that was as I started reeling in this 18 3/4, there was another one right behind it. Like, I put my net in the water and it turned around and got scared away. Okay, if I can catch that one, I've got this one in the bag. So I cast that, lay down a couple more times. Of course, he's not there. I go on to the next one, a cast call set, the first cast, and I hook one, and it's got to be that fish. It has to be that fish. So I pull it in at 16-incher. That gives me another cull. I ended up with 3 culls on the day. On a day that wasn't very good, it took me from 42 inches up to 50 and a quarter, 51 and a half, whatever it ended up being. I'll have to look at the thing. But at the end of the day, I took home my first kayak bass fishing tournament win. And that's a hell of a lot better than what we ended up with last week. So, you know, the highs and lows of tournament fishing. Last week I was in the dumps screwing myself out of the BASS qualifier, and today I'm taking home my first win. So I think overall I'm pretty darn happy with how it turned out. I want to send out a huge congratulations to the QC guys who took home plaques and qualifier spots at High Rock, Bait and Tillery today. Mark Glenn, Austin Vang, hell of a job, guys. And all the other anglers who I didn't see all alive, but good job to all you guys. Well, I hope you had a great day. I'll see y'all next time, Jordan Falls, for event number 8. Hopefully I can make it my event 7 or replace that 0. Shoot myself back up into a TOC spot, ignore the fish off, and all that junk. So stay tuned. We'll do more of them.